recording. Sorry, we don't need to talk about my problems.
Eggnog is a tough flavor. So
Yeah, there's a reason. How come there's not very many popular ones out there on the market?
that's it. It's a tough flavor. It's hard to
Yeah,
get right.
because I've bought it before and it was always bad. I do feel that like I already did something better than what most of the commercial shit I've tried is, but I also think that it's like needs work still. So that's why I'm on
Well,
like 4 or 5 different versions. See
I'm
which one I
glad we're
like the
talking
most.
about flavors because that's kind of something I want to talk about when we get into the show. So if everybody's ready, I think we can dive right
I'm
in.
good. I'm right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Shedtime Podcast in 3, 2, 1. Let's hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shed Time. What is Shed Time, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shed Time's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shed Time Podcast.
All right, welcome back, my friends, to another episode of the Shed Time Podcast. And as I mentioned, I definitely wanted to get into some talk about flavor real quick because I'm excited that Mountain Dew has actually released what the flavor of Voodoo 5 is. And now that I know, I can't believe I couldn't tell from the beginning.
Yeah, what is it? What is it? What is it? Hold on. What is it?
Are you all right? So in the past 4 years that Mountain Dew has done a voodoo flavor for Halloween, it's always been like a generic candy flavor, right? Like we've had candy corn, things like that. This is the first year Mountain Dew is teamed up with an actual candy maker to replicate their candy's flavor. And that candy was cherry airheads.
Was it?
Oh, okay.
And bro, I have a bottle right
God
here.
damn it. I wish I had one right
And
now.
knowing that it's cherry airhead,
Dude, I'm going back to the store later today and I'm buying a 12. Dude, I found the passion fruit in the 12 pack. So, and I think they had the Voodews. So I might be going back and grabbing the 12 pack of Voodews, bro. Because I had it and I couldn't figure out what it was. So it's like it was tricking my brain to figure out if I liked it or not. Because like I was like, what is this?
yeah, well, I got tripped up by the zero sugar bottle on
you
my
had a
first
zero?
go. It was the only one that they had in stock, and I was like, I'm just grabbing it. So I got the regular one, and as soon as I knew, and then I drank it, I went, oh, that's exactly it. So yeah, fucking cherry airhead blew my mind.
So
It's in my opinion pretty spot on. I liking it. I'm liking it. It's not like the code red cherry, it really does have that cherry taffy, cherry airhead thing going on. I like it.
Dude, I've got quite the Mountain Dew selection going on right now. I've got Code Red, the passion fruit, whatever one. I got some sparks up in there, and of course, the OG. Did I say I had Code Red too? So Code Red, passion fruit, spark, and the OG. And might have to go grab some Voodews, bro. I'm trying to cut back on the sodas though, man, but I have such a hard time, dude. Between the carbonation and the caffeine.
Yeah, we're back to a 20 ounce a week again, which is a good spot for me.
20. Oh, like that's all you drink is a 20 ounce of like a 20 ounce bottle of pop a week.
Yeah. So typically what'll happen is
That's like what, 600 mils?
this bottle right here in my hand. Yeah.
Okay, so you'll drink that just one a week.
Yeah, one of these a week is what I pretty much allow myself. I'll buy one of them when I go grocery shopping, and then I typically will hang on to it for a show.
Okay, all right. I'm actually drinking a pop right now, and I probably haven't had one for longer than a week. But it was in the fridge. It was cold. I wanted to have water, but I also wanted to have a pop. So I have like it's like a store brand, but it's like a pretty quality store brand. It's like a cranberry ginger ale.
Ooh,
but it's
cranberry
from
ginger
President's
ale.
Choice. Dude, President's Choice up here is it's like a national brand, but they have it's like from this grocery store. And the grocery store, I don't know, they have like Zayre's, Atlantic Superstore, a few different places that sell their brand. And honestly, like most of their stuff is like, to me, it seems fucking quality. Like, dude, they have like some of the best chocolate chip cookies, like of like a bag of cookies. You know what I mean? Like obviously, if you bought like some bakery's chocolate chip cookie, chances are it's probably considerably better. But when it comes to like a store bought like Chips Ahoy type thing, dude, the President's Choice decadent chocolate chip cookies, I don't think that you can beat them. Like they're on point. So President's Choice makes pretty good shit. So when I saw this in the fridge, I was like, yes, I will have that. Cranberry ginger ale is fucking my jam. I'm a big fan. I just like ginger ale, but cranberry ginger ale is even better.
Dude,
I'm
flavored
not a big
ginger
ginger
is
ale guy.
fire.
I'm not a big
Really?
ginger ale guy. Not really my thing. Yeah. I don't think I've ever
Really?
had. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really had many.
Have you ever had like Canada Dry?
Yeah, I've tried Canada Dry. I'm like your bigger. What is the other one? The Schweppes,
Schweppes,
Schweppes.
Schweppes or whatever. I've tried that,
Mhm.
and it's just I don't know. I'm just not really into it.
No, fair enough. There's definitely like something about it. I like it, but see, here's the thing. Lots of people I think that I've known that like ginger ale and were like a fan of ginger ale. They like ginger beer, which I actually find not good.
See, I don't
I-
mind ginger beer, but I also mix it with tequila and lime juice, so it doesn't taste just like ginger beer.
So like, have you ever had like a mixed drink with ginger ale, like a Ryan Ginger or like
No, I've had ones with ginger beer though.
oh really? See, like ginger beer is it's too spicy for me.
It's
Like,
way more ginger in a ginger beer for
yeah,
sure.
it's like spicy.
I like it.
There's
I
a
mean,
specific one though that I like, and it's from Australia, I believe actually. What starts
Oh,
with a
I've had
B?
one that was Jamaican more common, like most
And
commonly.
well, it comes in like a bottle that kind of looks like a red stripe bottle. You know, it's like the round.
yeah,
one
that
with,
little
like, the top.
brown
Oh no,
bottle.
dude, I
Yeah,
think
and it's
that's the
got the
same
brown.
one. I think
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
I think it's Jamaican.
No, it's Australian, bro.
Let me see. The one that I'm thinking of is I think Jamaican.
I'm
Let me see. Let
pretty
me see.
sure, bro.
No, no,
You know,
like just for me, like that's what I'm thinking, right?
I'm googling it. Ginger
Well, while
beer.
we're on the subject of sodas,
Bam, here it
just-
is.
Oh, that was
Bam.
quick. He's on it.
Bundaberg ginger beer
Oh, Bundaberg. Yeah,
from,
yeah, yeah.
from Australia. Australian family owned.
Australia, mate.
It's good stuff.
Fucking Straya cunt. Let me see here.
But yeah, you take
I
one
might
of
find
those,
it. I might find it.
put about like half or like a quarter to a half of one of those into a nice, copper mug with a shot of tequila, some semi-sweet lime juice, a little sprig of mint, my dude. Off to the races.
Yeah. So speaking of soda, I just learned recently that you can't make traditional old-fashioned root beer legally in the United States.
You can't what? Sorry, say it one more time.
You can't make a traditional old-fashioned root beer legally in the United States.
Why? What does it have in it that's like
So-
not allowed?
The sarsaparilla root is the problem. Real sarsaparilla root is outlawed in the United States. There's an extract that apparently can be toxic in extremely high doses, and it's what was extracted to make the flavor in traditional root beer. And so like you actually have to like get sarsaparilla root by growing sarsaparilla, harvesting it yourself, and then actually break it down properly if you want to make a traditional old-fashioned root beer. And it's kind of, being an outlaw when you do it, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Dude, it's actually pretty funny if you
Have
think
you guys
about it.
ever had? Have you guys ever had sarsaparilla?
Yeah, dude, I love
yeah,
a
for
good
sure.
sarsaparilla
Legit one?
soda.
Yeah.
And
But-
birch beer too, man. I
Oh,
like a
dude,
good
birch beer?
beer.
Ooh.
I've never had a birch beer.
Dude, you know what it's honestly like to me? Like birch beer is like
I felt like it was just a sharper sarsaparilla.
it's like a cream soda. I feel like
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
a red cream soda version of a
I'm not really
sarsaparilla.
a cream soda guy either, guys.
Oh, really? I love cream
Yeah.
soda.
I love a good cream soda.
I'm not. Yeah,
I like red or white. I don't like the amber though. I don't like the golden cream soda. Nah. I'm like a red or pink, whatever, or clear.
The farthest I'll go down that route would probably be like a root beer, I guess. It would be like it's not necessarily cream soda, but it's kind of got like a similar
The creamy vibe.
Yeah.
See, I think
with
it's
that,
weird.
like I have specific root beers that I'll only drink too. You know what I mean?
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Like root beers, there's like a very large swing in the flavors
Yeah.
of root beers.
Some are more spicy, some are more vanilla-y.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I do like a Bargs with its like sharper bite in spice.
This is the only one that's caffeinated.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why it says Bark has more bite.
Really?
Check it out. Google it.
I'm shocked right now.
Yeah, you didn't know that? For real?
No.
Yeah, it's the only root beer that has caffeine.
Like A&W doesn't have caffeine. Hires doesn't have. I don't even know all the brands you guys have, but
Mug doesn't have it.
But I will say that Barks is probably the best, anyways.
Yeah,
I think
Barks
that
is one of my favorite.
of like the available
Wow.
in lots of places. I think that would probably be the best, but there's better ones. So I'm not saying-
22 milligrams of caffeine per 12-ounce can of Bargs root beer.
Yeah, dude.
Sean, there's a Q at the end.
And
You're pronouncing a Q as a G.
and then
Okay.
That's
I'm-
that's
Listen,
how we say it out here,
this
bro.
is like Reese's. Okay, I'm
listen,
gonna let Sean have it.
I'm not gonna take any lecture from the guy who pronounces Mario. Okay.
Yo, listen, that's a name. Thank you.
So is this.
Okay, that is a name, not a word.
So is Barks.
There you go. So you said it right, Barks. Thank you. All right, let's move on. Well, let's go.
Oh, shit. All right.
Oh my god.
I just want to let you guys know that apparently Candid Dry is still the number 1 ginger ale of all time.
As it should be.
Yeah, what is even in this league? Nothing.
I mean, only old fashioned, like maybe like craft ginger ale.
I don't even know if I've ever had a craft ginger ale, but I now want one.
Question though, since we're talking about flavors and stuff. Well, obviously, if you guys have been paying attention to the lemon lime soda situation, we've all recently realized that Sierra Mist has disappeared and has been replaced with Starry.
Yeah.
Have you tried it yet?
I have not.
I've been very scared to try it because Sierra Mist wasn't that great. There's one Sierra Mist that I enjoyed, and it was a holiday one. It was like a cranberry.
Yeah, that
whatever. Dude,
I'll give you that.
One,
yep.
That one was good. Everything else was terrible, but that cranberry one that would come out around this time of year, fall time, fire. But yeah, I haven't tried it yet. You guys know me, I'm a Sprite guy.
I've been told by some people it's not bad, but what is not bad?
I just have a feeling it's going to be kind of flat like Pepsi. Like I always feel Pepsi, like even if it's a fresh bottle, tastes flat.
Well, there's an interesting reason for that. Coca-Cola bottles at colder temperatures. And
dude, I thought you were going to say that they have a monopoly on like a certain carbonation.
Yeah. No.
Would not be surprised. But
so Coca-Cola bottles at colder temperatures, and colder temperatures hold CO2 better. So as a result, your Coca-Cola products will retain more CO2. Interestingly enough, that's also why when you go to a McDonald's, you get such a more carbonated experience because they send
blend.
Well, no, they actually send McDonald's their syrup in steel containers. So that way the syrup is also refrigerated. Most places just get the bag in a box and it's just room temperature. McDonald's gets a steel
Well,
like milk
They even have
jug.
a higher syrup to soda water ratio too.
That's
That's
because
why their Coke tastes different as well.
well, and that's because what they've done is they've calculated for ice melt, which is genius.
It
They've-
still tastes crappy after your ice melts. That's why. Pro tip: just get your shit without ice because it's already cold, and then by the time you get wherever you're going, if it's starting to warm up, then you can throw a cube or two in there, and it's.
Oh no, dude, I'll just throw it away. I find that like if you have a McDonald's soft drink for more than 30 minutes, it's flat anyways. I don't do flat pop. I don't like it. It's gone to me. It's like certain foods, once they're cold, I'm out. But I might love them warm. But once they're cold, I'm out.
No, I agree with that.
And that's like what
Mountain Dew
Pop
flat
is for me.
is rough.
It's brutal.
Because like I can have a warm can of Coke. Like if you gave me one and it was
Dude, I
like
can't
65 degrees, like room temperature, I can drink it. I don't enjoy it as much at all.
I can't,
but
dude.
I could.
It's even more fucking intense as far as the carbonation.
The carbonation is
fucking,
definitely higher.
It's rough, dude. It's rough.
But see, I'm used to like
that's
higher
nice.
carbonation
Coke,
stuff.
bro, I can't do a warm Coke, bro. It's too much.
Like, dude, so this right here has like as much carbonation easy as Coke. Like most ginger ales have a good amount of carbonation.
A warm ginger ale is it like when you get an upset stomach, a room temperature ginger ale can be life changing.
I can drink warm. Coffee and tea are about the only things.
All right.
Anything that's supposed to be hot, I can drink warm. Anything that's supposed to be cold, like I'm not drinking like a fucking 100-degree Coke. That's not happening. Any fucking pop, I'm not drinking it that warm. I'm not even drinking it probably at 80.
I'll agree with that.
I won't even pop it out of a box if it's just been sitting in the house and crack it open and drink.
Oh, I will do that. Well, it depends on the house, I guess.
I'll pour it in a cup with some ice or something.
If your house is around 70, 75, I probably could, but not if it's like 85.
It's got to be somewhat cold, bro. There's times where I pull one out of my mini fridge and it hasn't been in there for long enough. I'm like, oh fuck, this is warm, and it's still colder than it would have been if I just pulled it out of the box.
Oh man. All right. So I'm gonna hit you guys with a controversial question that was brought up recently to me.
Uh-oh.
Yep, this one's crazy. We all know dipping your cookies in milk is a wonderful thing. Would you all agree?
I enjoy it.
I don't mind it. It's not like something that I've ever been like really that into.
So in turn, that would imply that milk is a dipping sauce.
Yeah. Because like, dude, I'll tell you what, to even further that point, you could argue that it would be a dipping sauce because you're literally dipping cereal in it.
Which, interestingly enough, since you bring up cereal, technically speaking, it's just cold soup.
Yeah, yes. If you there's not that many like soups you add milk to, like tomato soup you do. And like obviously some of the cream soups, like cream of mushroom or chicken.
Like a
soup is just a beveragey liquid thing that you're eating with a spoon. Sometimes it has stuff in it, sometimes it doesn't. Like a tomato soup is just tomato soup, right? But like a chicken noodle soup is broth, chicken, noodle. Well, cereal is your bits that you're eating and they're submerged in milk.
So how'd you describe it? It's just what?
It's just something that it's just cold soup. And gazpacho is also a cold soup.
Yeah, but like cereal's crunchy though.
And not if you let it sit long enough. And
not always. It may be at the beginning, and if you don't eat it fast enough, it may be.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna argue against it because, like, it's like people say that a hot dog is a sandwich. I can't argue that. Like a hot dog to me is a hot dog, but like technically, it's probably a sandwich.
Technically,
a hot dog is a sub sandwich.
Does this also make ice cream a dip and possibly also a soup?
Yes, and coffee would also be a dip.
Oh, because you're dipping like
because
something
people
into
have
it?
dipped,
Like
you know,
donuts?
donuts
a
or
scone,
a scone or a stroopwafel into a
cookie
coffee.
even.
Oh, dude, I've certainly dipped a
Dude, a chocolate
yeah,
chip
yeah.
cookie and some coffee, bro.
No, that's
Dude,
good.
those Bischoff cookies in a cup of coffee,
Oh, dude, now we're talking.
life changer.
All right, I don't think I'm high enough yet for this conversation. I need to get more high.
You know what?
But
I'm down with that, Chris. I'll re-up with you.
Yeah, I'll take a long hit to that notion. I've been, it's funny, I've been cooking my ass off lately, and you guys know that there's
I
some
don't even
foods
know
I'm
if I
very
finished doing
polarized
this.
on. And in the vein of cookies, you guys know that there's a specific, very world famous cookie I do not like. It's the Oreo.
Oreos.
Yes. What if I told you my opinion has changed?
What does
well, I know that it has, but like I can't remember exactly why. I think it was like it had you had the mint ones or something?
Yes. I
Yeah, okay.
definitely fuck with the mint Oreo. For sure. That shit tastes just like I'm eating a Girl Scout cookie.
Dude, you want to take that shit next level, Sean?
I already froze it if that's what you're going to tell me.
No. You get yourself some confectionery chocolate from like a Michael's or whatever, like your melting chocolate. You dip that bitch.
Oh. Okay. Now, let's take this a step further.
Then you go and
First-
get yourself some peanut butter ones. And you do the same thing, son.
All right, so let's just take this a step further because this is the logical stoner brain. Let's get some pancake batter, dip it in pancake batter first, deep fry that some bitch, then dip it in that chocolate.
We're thinking next level here, boys. The only reason why I say that is shout outs to Mama Janklin. She during the holidays, growing up as a kid, she used to like run like a small little chocolate business out of our kitchen in our house, and she would make all kinds of these delicious treats, bro. And she would take like your normal Oreo and like dip it half in like a peanut butter chocolate, half in the regular chocolate, and like do like a crazy drizzle on it. And then she'd get like mint Oreos and dip them in chocolate and do like a mint drizzle on top and like all this shit, dude. Have you ever had a fucking chocolate dip Pringle, bro?
Yes.
Dude, she used to make these fucking pretzel rods, dude, where she'd dip them in like different flavored chocolate. So she'd do like the peanut butter chocolate first, then your milk chocolate, and then roll them in different fucking things. So like you get it rolled up in like a Snickers bar.
So you
or,
got
like, a
layers
fucking
of different chocolate. Oh.
yeah, all in this big ass pretzel rod, dude. Oh, so fire. Or then she'd take them next level, dip them in caramel, then dip them in, dude, like have multiple layers, then with like a fucking layer of like broken up candy on the outside, like M&Ms.
I'm
or
just picturing
whatever.
stoned you coming home one day and
Dude,
being
that
like,
was the
got
best
any
part,
broken
bro.
parts, ma?
Dude, that was the best part. I got to eat all the fuck ups, bro. So I'd come home and look for the plate with all the duds on it, and dude, I would tear them up.
Like, I'll
She'd
definitely
make-
take that broken pretzel right here, man.
She'd make caramel apples, bro, like these giant caramel apples, where she'd dip them and then like in caramel and then in chocolate and then roll them in whatever you wanted, dude. Fucking Snickers, Milky Ways, fucking M&Ms, fucking broken up pretzel bits, and dude. And then you just sit there and you just cut them into fucking slices off the stick, dude, and just fucking have these delicious thick ass pieces with these like nice sweet / tart Granny Smith
Taking
apples, bro.
candied apple to another level.
It was the shit, bro. She was doing shit that Rocky Mountain Chocolate Company thought they wish they could do, bro.
My God. Dude, those are some
She was throwing
munchy
down.
fucking dream snacks right there.
Dude, it makes me want chocolate. So her peanut butter cups, dude.
I've heard you say. Homemade
like
peanut butter cups are just the next level thing in general.
I pretty much prefer them over anything else,
Like the Reese's peanut butter cup is good and all, but a homemade peanut butter cup is just it's
Dude,
something else.
Just her peanut butter mixture that went on the inside, dude, was just like, it was so good, dude. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Real
Mm.
good.
I'm excited to try baking some shit soon. Now that I have a stand mixer, like I feel like the possibilities are crazy. Start making bread.
Oh,
I'll be hollering at our friend Breeze Tones. Shout out to Breeze Tones, our awesome sponsor, because he's been
you're gonna be
getting into
throwing down some
making.
sourdoughs.
Yeah, he's been making all that sourdough lately, so I may have to holler at him and get some bread advice. I know my wife's got a friend that she's planning to go hang out with and get a bread master class basically from. So like I think we're gonna start making some homemade bread around here pretty soon.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Dude, honestly, like this is for me is one of those like times that I'm like, hey, look, homemade shit a lot of the time is way better if you have a good recipe. Like I can follow a recipe. I can even be creative and like figure some shit out on my own. But if you can get to a point where like you know how to make certain dishes and like you're very, confident that it's going to be good every time, what's better than that?
Well, that's the thing,
Honestly,
right?
like
Like
homemade things. Like, I'm not saying that you specifically have to do it, but like someone like your mom, your sister, your wife, your girlfriend knows how to do something, your husband, whatever, and they just kill it. Dude,
I
I'll
think
have like my friends, whatever, any of those people I just described, version of just about anything over any store that I can get.
I think it's all about technique, right? Like they say that uh cooking is technique and baking is science. And it's true. And that's the thing, right? Like you don't have to learn every cooking technique in every style. But if you can master a handful and then you've got friends who have mastered a handful of other ones, now you guys can start sharing techniques and tips. And never mind, y'all come together and get in the kitchen, start tearing shit up. You got a homie who makes fire meatballs, and then you got a homie who can make some bread. Now you got homemade rolls, homemade meatballs. You guys are making a fire dinner together. Like it's a win-win. Even better when one of you can grow it. Somebody grows the tomatoes and everything and the basil and whatnot. It goes into the red sauce. Like next level shit.
Dude, cooking's fun. I like cooking. I
I've
enjoy
been
it. I don't like
hooked.
there's times and places I enjoy it.
I think
Wow,
it's
boys.
I think it's cool like you can learn like weird shit that just makes it so much easier on yourself. And the better you get at it, then it gets to a point where it's like, all right, well, now it's easier and it tastes way better than even if I went to a restaurant and it cost me less than half. So I might as well just do it at home.
I'm not big
I would
into
agree.
cooking, but I do enjoy it from time to time. And I only cook certain things. You know what I mean? I don't do anything super extravagant. Pretty simple, but I like to put my own little spin on it. You know what I mean? Uh, but yeah, dude, I don't do anything super in depth at all.
Dude, it's funny because like I used to be pretty simple. And now that like I spend so much of my time watching different like cooking tutorials and stuff and learning how to make different food, like I'm way more open to learning, like, all right, fuck it, let's try that. All right, let's try that. All right, let's try that. Like a couple weeks back, I made a disrespectfully crunchy chicken parms. Like incredible. Next level shit. I've never nailed it like I nailed that before. I was like, who the fuck is this guy that just made this food? And now it's like, all right, well, now I can't go get chicken parm from a regular restaurant because that was just way better than any of the chicken parms I've eaten at a restaurant. Shit. All right, fuck it.
On to
Dude,
the
that's
next
how
one,
things
dude.
work though.
You know, made meatballs last night. I don't want to eat no meatballs from any restaurant now. Just
Well,
gonna
see,
make my
that's the
own.
thing though, right? So like I have been to restaurants that might be like smaller places or whatever it happens to be. And had absolutely dynamite food, but it's places that are like selecting the best ingredients or like very quality ingredients and like keeping things like going and have like a really good service and everything about it, like everything about the experience. It's like the way that they cook it, like all that. And I still think that there's a place for that for me. Like, even if I can make something that's good, like I can make pretty fucking good pizza, in my opinion. That doesn't mean that I'm not fucking grabbing a slice while I'm out sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't disagree with you there. But that's the thing, right? Is that it's like, I think it should be, it's encouraging for people that, you can do so much more than I think people give themselves credit for. I mean, now the shit that you could do with air fryers, dude, like just throw an air fryer up on the counter. You could cook legitimate chicken in your, like, just raw chicken in an air fryer, and you can have a meal in no time. Get yourself a rice cooker. You're good to go, bro. Chicken and rice, bam. Set it and forget it shit.
Dude, do you not use my
Those are
trick
pretty
for
much-
rice, bro? You don't need a rice cooker. Save it. It's probably harder to clean that than it might be to clean a pot. And for anybody that doesn't have one, just use a pot, man. Bring
but
it to a
that's
boil, add some butter, fucking once it's boiling, turn it off, let it sit for 20 minutes. Bam.
that's too much work. That's the beauty of a
That's
rice
too much
cooker.
work. What?
You put rice in, put water in, press button, walk away. It dings when it's ready.
It's not that much work, but okay, that is
You know
definitely
what I mean? Like,
it is definitely less work.
if
You
you
had
just,
a rice cooker, I get it.
if you just wanted to make it as simple as possible to cook for yourself, get yourself a rice cooker. Like I said, couple buttons, you're done. Get yourself an air fryer. So you can literally throw raw chicken in there, set it, walk away. It dings when it's done. Like, the world is making it very simple for us to do these things now. It's super cool and encouraging. And I encourage everybody to go out there and find some new ways to cook for yourself. I mean, take a tortilla, heat it up, make a tostada. Boom. Let's go. Go
Dude,
for a tostada right now, actually, but that's another story altogether.
there's like a number of things that I could probably go with. I think that actually when we're done, I'm gonna make an omelet. Make a nice little like mushroom, onion, maybe a bit of cheese omelet.
Yo, I tried making a pizza omelet the other day.
What'd you do to it? How'd you make it? What's like your pizza?
So I had pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, and red sauce. I will say this: I was a little disappointed with the way I built it, because I put red sauce inside the center, and it kind of prevented that little bit of liquid egg that was left from fully cooking out. So I think what I might have done differently is, like like I would have normally, I would have let that kind of cook a little longer, just put the cheese and meat in it, and then folded it, used the red sauce maybe as a little bit more of a topping on the eggs to get that like full pizza experience. But I was trying to do what I remembered from way back in the day, when Dunkin' Donuts used to have this abomination of a sandwich called the pizza omelet. And it was literally like a scrambled egg patty folded in half with a little bit of tomato sauce, pepperoni, and mozzarella. And then that was inside of like your bagel or your croissant or whatever. And I remembered it being good, so I was like, let's see if I can recreate it like legit. And not my best go the first try.
There's this cafe that I've gone to ever since I was a kid that we used to go get breakfast at. And growing up as a kid, my mom would always get this thing. It was pretty much just like scrambled eggs, but with like pepperoni and like some cheese. So it's pretty much everything you're saying, just without the red sauce. And dude, I remember just tearing, like, cause she would get that, and of course, like, we just eat off her plate as kids, cause what's the point of getting a big ass meal when you're not gonna eat the whole thing? But dude, I just remember eating that as a kid. And he's talking about it, just reminded me of it. Dude, that spot has so many good things though, dude. TNT's Cafe off Bear Valley Road in Victorville. The spot, dude.
Victorville. You gotta
their
love any
French
place that's
toast.
just like a little hole in the wall name like
Yeah.
T&T's Cafe.
Dude, and it's a hole in a wall spot. Like
You
it's just
know?
this small little cafe. It's open for breakfast and lunch. You know what I mean? It's like it's been like mainly the same staff since we've been going there my entire life. You know what I mean? Some of the same people are there. Of course, they've cycled a lot of people in and out over the years, but looks pretty much the same. You know what I mean? The layout's the exact same. Stuff on the walls have just changed. Over the years. But dude, the food is still just as good as when I was a kid, dude. I go there and get my French toast, the French toast delight breakfast every time. Some French toast, 2 eggs, sausage, and then sometimes I'll get like a side of some hash browns, and I'll just tear that up. And you got 4, half slices of French toast, so it's like 2 full, slices of bread cut into your little triangles. Fire, dude. But then they've got their hungry man meal where it's like fucking, their big ass breakfast where it's like 3 eggs or 4 eggs, hash browns, fucking sausage, your choice of fucking pancake or biscuits and gravy, toast, and like all this shit, dude. It's fucking this big ass breakfast. Or you can
Go
go and
for
get
some
the
French
country
toast.
skillet, bro. The country skillet's where it's at too, bro. Because then you get your eggs, however you want, on top of a bed of hash browns with I think it's got like sausage on there as well, and it's covered with fucking country gravy. So it's just like this fucking egg, hash brown, sausage, gravy situation, and oh, dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
Some cheese on there.
I'm feeling like French toast is coming up in my future at some point. I've been seeing a lot of French toast lately. Have you guys
I've
seen
been
that
wanting
dude?
some.
Have you seen that dude Beard Meets Food?
Mm,
Is he like a bearded guy, wears his hat backwards, and
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah, it's
is he
like
like Australian or something?
he's either Australian or English. I can't tell
Yeah.
which. But yeah,
I
dude,
know you're talking about.
I just watched this dude take down a like 3 point something kilo French toast. This dude's insane. I guess he's like the number 6 or whatever eater in the world. Like he now holds the record at Gordon Ramsay's pizza shop for most slices in 2 hours. Dude did like
really?
46 slices of pizza.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ. How do you even just fit all that in you? You know what I mean? Without exploding.
It seems like it'd be pretty hard, for
And
sure.
the crazy thing is like when you look at the guy, he
He's a
looks like he's
skinny
my
guy, dude.
build.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look, he's not a fat man. He's not like a jacked dude. He's just like a fairly average, maybe a slightly athletic build, but genuinely just a skinny kind of dude. He the only thing that like I see he's done to like kind of lead into some of what his training is there are some like yoga style stretches he does to like stretch his abdomen a bit to make sure that he has room.
Get ready to get abused, basically.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's gnarly, bro.
But like this shit I've watched this dude do, I'm like, how? Like I said, 46 pieces of pizza in 2 hours. And these are like 12-inch pies. So like 46 full-on slices of large pieces. All the toppings, the whole nine. I'm amazed. It makes me wonder if he's ripping a pen out there in the parking lot first. Like, let's do this. Get the mushies like a motherfucker now.
Or that is like bottles of water, not necessarily just water.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Oh my god, that shit blows my mind. Yeah, I love
Dude,
it though.
competitive eating is definitely something else. But man, you know what it is too? Is like sometimes I just like will watch certain things on YouTube, right? So I've watched like some competitive eating stuff, like especially whenever it's around when you're like get reminded by like that big one, like the Nathan's hot dog eating one. I think it's Labor Day weekend. And I'll like watch a few other videos. I'll be like, yo, these people just put down shit, and it's definitely sometimes not people you necessarily think. But
It's usually the smallest person who wins.
Dude, there's like women that are not even like big women at all, and like they do really well too. So
Yeah.
it's definitely pretty crazy.
It's it speaks to the human nature though that we know how to make anything into a sport.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Like,
Anything's competition.
we can competitively eat if we want to. All right, let's do it. Like I love that.
Or the fucking slap competitions now, dude.
Ooh,
You see, those are fucking made a big fucking pop lately,
dude.
especially
Dude,
with
I
the
heard
boy.
that there's like another thing too. There's like and it's like similar to that. It's like phone booth boxing. Apparently, is like a thing.
I've seen
Oh,
shit
dude,
on that
you
too.
should
Like
see
people,
some of
just
this.
two dudes are in a
Dude,
phone booth and they're just
people in
throwing down.
Russia, bro, do some crazy fucking shit, dude. Because
Yeah, I
I'll
think
tell
they
you, because
do.
I guarantee that's in Russia, bro. Because there's videos in Russia of 30 on 30 or 100 on 100 fucking fights, bro, where they go out to these fields and all of a sudden you just see two swarms of fucking dudes and then they just collide and fists start going, bro, and it's fucking crazy.
In Russia, Fight Club talks about you. Holy shit.
Dude, that's like next level. They're
I
like,
mean, these are people who wrestle bears for fun, so I'm kind of not surprised.
Yeah, but dude, the whole slap boxing thing fucking
Yo, yeah,
oh,
trips me
dude,
out.
the slap competitions, like I've seen some of these clips, and that shit is no joke. Like,
dude, I've seen
You
guys get knocked the fuck
you gotta
out.
be some you gotta be some kind of fucked up to stand there and let somebody slap you in the face as hard as they fucking can and act like nothing happened afterward.
That's
You know
because
what I
you're
mean?
all riled up to do the exact same thing
Dude,
to
but
them.
still, bro, you gotta be some sort of you would not catch me doing that, bro. Fuck. Not only would it probably because I would get fucking knocked out the first time I got hit, but no way, bro. Fuck that.
yo, it.
But seeing some of those dudes just eat them though, bro, and
Yeah,
just
for
stare them
real.
down. They just fucking you can see them just go and then just death stare, bro. Just like, oh, you're about to get it. And then all of a sudden you see them hit the dude and the old boy goes, "Brr," and then just fucking down he goes.
That's the thing is that it's like these are open hand slaps that are hitting so hard they're knocking people the
Well,
fuck
dude,
out.
it's right. It's how they're catching them, bro. They're catching them right on the button, dude. And it's just like, dude, all right, good night. You're out. The ones that are real brutal for me to watch are the female ones, bro. Because, dude, they slap the fucking shit out of each other, and it's just hard for me to see that shit, bro.
Bro,
It's
some
like,
of those girls won't go down.
yeah, that's the problem too. It's like, fuck, just stop. Don't do that.
Like, goddamn, all right, you're tough. We get it.
Dude, honestly, watching the dudes do it is hard for me to watch too. So it's like I don't think it really matters who it is at the end
Oh
of the day.
man.
Dude, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah, we will turn anything into a competition. I mean, fuck, boys, we are proof of it ourselves. How fast can you build a vape atomizer?
Dude, next thing we're gonna see how fast can you take 5 dabs? Go. Dude, should we do that as a competition
Oh
here on the podcast
god.
one time with
Uh-oh.
Will?
Oh god. Uh-oh. I
That could be fun.
I'm here for this chaos. For science, of course. You know.
I
For,
do not. Yeah, this is not recommended for the
yeah.
average user. We
I
are
don't
professionals.
we're doing it so you don't have to, of course. You know. It's
It
all
could
for
be fun,
science.
dude.
But I would be interested to find out what the results of this experiment would be. It's interesting. I was just having this conversation with Will about, the scientific method. First, we have to have a
Or
hypothesis. Then we have to conduct an
Or-
experiment and observe the result.
Or we could just sit here and go like baseball status and see who can go all 9 innings situation. You ever done that with Dab, Sean? We get like, well, with that we might have to have one more person that was willing to take dabs. So I know Chris isn't, down with it. But dude, we could do it like baseball style, where it's like each one of us goes up to bat. You know what I mean? We get two at bats per inning, and we could see who makes it to the ninth one, bro.
I know this. I remember a night in Discord where you and I were just hanging out with everybody, and it was like every 10, 15 minutes, somebody new would pop in and be like, hey, you want to do a dab? We both would be like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. And we must have done a solid 10, 15 dabs in a few hours that night.
Well, dude, 420 last year, I did 14 that night. But that was throughout the whole night. That wasn't like at one fucking serious sesh. I'm talking about like we do this in like within a time limit. You know what I mean? Could be fun.
Keep going. Dab after dab after dab after dab after dab.
That could be an expensive experiment, though.
It would be a very expensive one because none of us are going to quit.
Oh, I'll probably tap out at a certain point, I'm sure, dude. Once my heart starts racing a little too much, I kind of get paranoid. So I'm like, all right, I'm good now.
Yes, that's fair. The blood pressure changes from all that weed so fast. Definitely will have an effect.
It's not even so much the weed as much as it is the coughing and the lack of oxygen from the coughing. You know what I mean?
That too.
Yeah, I've seen people pass out from coughing fits before.
I've thrown up from it before. Sure, we all have at one point.
So yeah, I never puked from being too high, but I've definitely puked from coughing too hard.
Yeah, dude.
For sure. Real early on.
It's always
a lot.
It's always happened immediately after a crazy coughing fit, and it's only been a few times, dude. And I was pretty fucked up, and it was usually because I just ate too, which was the worst part. Because once you get into one of those brutal coughing fits after you just ate, I'd say about 7 out of 10 times you're probably gonna, either yak or have a little something come up.
Yeah, at least you gotta get that juicy burp that kind of hits in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, a little acid reflux situation. Sorry, that's kind of gross. Why are we talking about this?
Hey, it's real, man. It's real.
Ew.
If you're gonna fuck around, you're gonna find out one day. So
yeah, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
100%.
That's one of my new favorite sayings. I know it's probably an older one, but I just heard someone say it recently in like a good scenario, and I was like, you know what, that is the perfect way to say that, and I'm gonna use that now.
I like that it's coming back with vengeance lately because I'm seeing it used a lot.
There's a lot of people playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes and wondering why they're getting their stupid prizes.
100%.
Dude, my favorite one is the graph of fuck around on this side and
find out
on this side.
It's fucking fantastic.
How much you can fuck around and how much you're gonna find out. That's a big thing going on right now, and I love that too, bro.
Oh, yes. Dude, you know how many like memes I've seen,
dude,
like with that?
So great,
like,
dude.
They're
so
all different,
great.
but like all using that same one to fuck around and find out.
They're so fucking good, dude.
In the meme world, the other thing I'm loving right now is, have you seen that the Drake meme is getting replaced with LeVar Burton?
What Drake meme?
The old
like the
fuck this, like, do it this like this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
They're getting replaced with LeVar Burton, and it all has to do with the fact that Drake is pretty much a pedophile.
What?
Yeah, there's a lot of situations where he's propositioned underage girls for sexual encounters, one of them being Millie Bobby Brown of what is that, Stranger Things?
Yeah.
While she was under 18, propositioning her. Obviously Drake denies it. Nothing's been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. So in a court of law, he's presumed innocent until proven guilty. But yeah, there's a lot of evidence that
Wow.
points in that direction, and as a result, there's a lot of people who want to kind of take some of the limelight away, because if that really is true, that's some wild shit that he's basically another R. Kelly.
Dude, all I've got to say is Hollywood and fucking celebrity is just a fucking crazy place and scenario, dude, that I want nothing to do with, you know?
I mean, it brings to light that whole Hollywood conspiracy, right? They say that you have to sell your soul to the devil to become successful within
I
those
just feel like
industries.
there's a lot of nefarious shit that goes on in those circles. I can't say for sure because obviously I don't know. And I'm not saying everybody that's involved with those sort of things are involved with whatever nefarious acts are going on, but I just feel like there's a lot of fucking just not cool shit going down with
Well, I mean,
people just because they can get away with they feel they can get away with it.
exactly. It's that whole with fame comes power thing, right?
Yeah, I don't like it, dude. Kind of gross.
It like there's the shit we do know, for Christ's sakes, like Nickelodeon.
Oh,
That
dude,
that's craziness. Like the fact that the Nickelodeon logo at one point was a foot with the word Nickelodeon in it because the dude running the company had a foot fetish is insane.
I didn't know that.
Wait, what? What?
Yes. You did not know this information?
No, can you
Yo.
repeat it? Because like I kind of half heard it. I was like,
All right,
what?
so-
Wait, is that what he just said?
Yeah, so it came out that the head producer of Nickelodeon at the time, the fuck is his name? Dan something or other. Dan Snyder. I think that's the right name.
Let's look. Let's Google. Let's make sure.
He was quite the fucking weirdo. It was a lot of weird shit. Specifically, he had a foot fetish. And it was during the time that he was at the helm of Nickelodeon that the Nickelodeon logo was a foot with the word Nickelodeon in it. A giant orange foot.
Oh
And-
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And
Before it became like a splatter, like now it's kind of a splatter, right?
yeah, this was during his era. It was the foot.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the fact that he had a foot fetish. He had apparently pictures of the feet of Miranda Cosgrove and Jeanette McCurdy of iCarly, several of the other female actresses. He insisted on being in the dressing room during wardrobe
Oh, that's kind of
tests and shit
creepy.
like that. Yeah, if you read Jeanette McCurdy's book, he did a lot of really messed up shit. A lot of messed up shit. My wife
Who's
read this
that
book.
though? I have no idea who that is.
So Jeanette
by the
McCurdy
name.
was the lead co-star on the show iCarly, which was a
Oh, she had blonde hair, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
it was the
yeah,
blonde girl Sam.
Yeah. Okay.
So after iCarly, she also had a spin-off show with what was her name there? Ariana Grande,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the Sam and Cat show. But yeah, apparently Dan Schneider did a lot of messed up shit during this time period to a lot of the actresses. And as more and more continues to come out, it seems that he was quite the dirtbag. And since he's been removed from Nickelodeon is trying to recover from that era. But that's the thing, is that like it's awkward because his hands are all over some of the most iconic work that studio ever did.
Yeah, like apparently he needed to have free reign on the set, but he needed to stay just on the set, and he
So,
needed to
like-
have a fucking handler. Apparently,
Yeah, so like again, it speaks kind of to that whole notion of like the power and how it corrupts, right? Because like they needed the money that his productions were creating for the company, and so like it seems like somebody had to, at least to some extent, know about what was going on, right? So yeah, that story is continuing to unfold out in the news world, and it's insane. So yeah, the world of Hollywood is fucking crazy. Utterly crazy.
Yeah,
Damn,
no, it is.
dude.
I'm sure that's like because that's the thing, right? There's a lot of money, but there's like obviously a lot of power because a lot of people have hopes, dreams, and like wanting to work, and like that puts people in positions where they're like, I can make some crazy shit fly because people just desperately want this
Yeah.
lifestyle. They desperately want this goal to be hit, and it's fucked up that people do that shit.
I mean, you guys heard about Danny Masterson, right?
Well, I know some things. I don't know like exactly. I know that it's like
Hyde just got
not good.
sentenced to 30
yeah.
years for rape.
Yeah, like it was like multiple women, right?
Yeah, dude.
And it was like 20 years ago, right?
I don't know if it was that long. I don't remember the length of time, so I don't want to go quoting any of that.
I
But
feel like it was like right after 2000.
but yeah, he just got sentenced to 30 years in prison for it. So yeah, craziness. Craziness.
I just don't understand it, man.
I think
You know what's crazy about that is like, not to say the crime was like kind of like what Hyde would be, but if you were to think when watching that show, you're like, where are these people going to be in 30 years? I mean, I would have probably been like, Hyde could very well be in jail. Turns out he was just really wanting to be Hyde, bro.
Yeah.
I think what's even what's crazy about it is that it was all through the Mormon church.
No, he was Scientology.
Or Scientology. You're right, Scientology. That's right. The Church of Scientology.
Dude, that's a whole nother thing, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is a whole
apparently
other thing.
that's we all remember Tom Cruise during his
Well, did you ever hear
freak out.
I didn't really read into it much or watch many of the videos, but she was from King of Queens.
Yeah, Leah Remini's show.
Yeah. Did you ever hear or see read anything about like her like experience or like what she like came out about the whole fucking
I've
thing?
heard her.
I heard her like
speak in
trying to
small
escape it or
interviews.
something.
She did. She's out now, but like
Yeah, she's on a crusade to expose the horrors of the Church of Scientology. And she had like a whole series on TV about it too. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, like you start with just they believe that they're descendant of an alien, if I remember correctly. That's the core presence of the Church of Scientology, is that they were
well, you
descendant
know,
of an alien
there
race.
is a lot of alien talk going on right now, so maybe they're on to no, I'm just kidding.
Well, listen, did you see the corpses?
Dude, they look like paper mache, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if like I think that the corpses. I'm not sure.
According to the scientists who
Yeah,
X-rayed it does not appear to be manufactured, is what they're willing to say.
I seen it, but dude, still like I still don't know how much I believe it. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
It is like
as much as I
and like, dude,
to,
I actually am like not even totally against the idea of
I'm
aliens.
not either.
That's why the part like that kind of lets me down is that like I don't really think that those aliens are so bad.
Dude, that's my whole thing, dude. Is like as much as I would love for it to be real, because like I do kind of believe, you know, there's got to be something else out there as far as, you know, some sort of life form or whatever. I don't know if I believe this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like for all we know, these could be just something else.
Well, let's at least start with the fact that the dude who's presenting it has already been caught up in multiple hoaxes. So we can start there. Like, unfortunately, I don't think we can trust the guy who's presenting it as authentic when he's been caught up in multiple hoaxes.
I'll say this. I'm more interested in the actual crafts than I am in the life forms at this moment, because I feel like we have more evidence as far as, you know, aircraft or UAPs as they're being identified as now. I'm more interested in that sort of thing than I am the actual life form at this point, because like until we get more evidence on, you know, that sort of thing coming out, I feel like, you know, I kind of more reserved. But dude, when it comes to the UAPs and shit like that. There's a lot more like kind of you know uh verified evidence or evidence that I kind of think is some legit shit just based off of who they're coming from and the amount of risk they're taking coming out and talking about it, because they are literally risking their livelihoods and their careers, and they're not just just anybody, you know what I mean, like some of these people. Why can't I remember his name now?
Yeah, I know what you mean. That those recent hearings with the top generals. I think
I'm
what's
blanking on names right now.
Yeah, I can't remember any of them either. But
David Fravor is one. Ryan Graves, I think, is another one. I believe those are.
I think
Don't
you're
quote
right.
me on this. Google these guys. I'm not a scientist or anything.
I think what's interesting is that there's also a lot of attention going back to the hollow moon, and that the moon almost doesn't make sense. And that part of the alien question really does intrigue me. And it's this notion that if you look at the moons on any of the other planets and any of the other solar systems and any of the galaxies that we can observe, those moons are not the size of our moon. They're also not so perfectly in tune with the size and the distance that they can create the eclipses the way that they do with Earth. And then you get to the other really curious thing, which is the old quote about when we first landed on the moon, they said the moon rang like a bell, suggesting that the moon were hollow. We have the notion that the dark side of the moon is a mostly unexplored area. There's a lot of questions as to if there is, in some of the photos we have of the moon's surface, some evidence of intelligently created structures, I guess is the way I would describe it. And it leads to this question: is there an opening to the interior of the moon on the dark side of the moon? Was the moon possibly put in place in orbit around the Earth as an observation deck, so to speak, for extraterrestrials to observe what's going on this planet? Are we basically just a zoo exhibit? And they're just up there like hanging out like, oh, look at the humans. Look what they're doing now.
They could. I mean,
Trying to make sure we don't blow ourselves up.
I hope so.
Because you know the whole theory about when they started showing up, right?
Right,
Was
when we started
right
getting into nuclear activity.
Well, it was right after we dropped the first nukes, and then all of a sudden these sightings started happening.
I have read accounts where some researchers believe that there are multiple races of aliens, multiple species, if you will, and that some want to protect this human species on planet Earth. Others just encourage its destruction. They could care less. And so, as much as there is a human pull of good versus evil, if you will, there's a extraterrestrial pull of good versus evil. And I suppose,
Why not?
right, why not? Why wouldn't some species have a level of empathy and benevolence, and others have a level of antipathy and malevolence, just like any other creature? I mean, you could say that some animals don't have personality. I say bullshit. I've watched some animals that are just, it's not in their species, but this particular one is a dick.
Well, they say that supposedly an octopus they think might be extraterrestrial.
I would believe it if it were true, 100%. Look at the thing and its level
Just
of
its abilities, you know what I mean, with how smart it is, how it can literally adapt to whatever environment it is as far as shape and appearance.
intellectual reasoning is profound. Like octopus are escape artists and they can get out of even the smallest of spaces.
Yep.
And they have personalities. Some are just dicks. Wild octopus like have been observed in nature punching passing fish for no other reason than just to be a jerk. Like it's so ridiculous. It's just this fish
Yeah.
is just cruising along, not into its own business, and the octopus like kick rocks.
Dude, you know what?
Yeah,
Speaking of
this is my zone.
creatures punching fish, dude, fucking the fucking mantis shrimp, bro.
Dude,
They're
I-
so sick, bro.
mantis fish shrimp are cool as hell.
Dude, I seen
How
this.
big are they?
They can get huge, bro.
Big boys.
I seen
They're
this guy
saltwater.
fucking catch one, dude, and it was like this big, Sean. I
Yeah.
was like, holy fuck, bro. And them motherfuckers will break. Like, if you got punched by one of them, they'll break bone.
Oh yeah. People some people who have kept them, you can't keep them in a glass tank because they can literally shatter the glass from their punch.
Dude, that's crazy.
I've seen this. Let me see if I'll pull up a video real quick.
Yeah, dude, like shout out to the homie Ryan. He and I both follow this fish keeper now that he found. And dude has a mantis shrimp and he'll throw in like a full live crab.
Here we go.
The crab will come up, the mantis shrimp will punch it and like shatter this crab.
I'm just gonna get past the ad and I'll pull this up.
Like the mantis shrimp is a really beautiful and scary animal.
All right. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Mantis shrimp versus crab.
Look at how crazy he looks.
Dude, they look trippy, bro.
Dude, like they're so colorful.
They almost look like a lobster. Like from the back, you know what I mean?
For real. The eye stalks are huge
Dude,
compared
look
to
at
like
its
a
fucking
normal one.
legs. All right, let's get to the punching part.
Yeah, like it's wild when they hit the crab and stuff, like you hear the crack.
All right, come on. He sees him.
This clip is being shared under common use license, all rights reserved.
Oh yeah, that is true. We're just observing.
Yeah. Yep.
Come on, dude, just punch the damn thing.
The patience of narrators of these nature documentaries is incredible.
Oh, here we go. I'm just gonna skip. Boom. .22 caliber bullet, dude.
And that's underwater with the resistance of water. They're messing things up.
What?
Yeah. Water boils.
Yo, that's crazy.
from
I
the
had
speed
no
of
idea.
their punch.
Dude, look what he does to that crowd. He ripped his arm off, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. They're no joke, bro.
That's crazy.
Mantis shrimp are cool as hell. I dig a mantis shrimp. I
That
wouldn't
took
want to
way too
keep
long.
one. I actually witnessed a guy intentionally shock himself with an electric eel,
I've seen that too.
which not as
No
bad as I
thanks.
guess some people might have thought.
I'm still good on that. No, thank
Yeah, I
you.
mean, I'm not trying to intentionally shock myself with a big ass electric eel, but I'm glad I could see what happens, so I could know what it's like.
Dude, I think that I'm completely fine with like not getting punched by one of those. I don't need to feel like I just got shot by a 22.
Right?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're all good on that.
Yeah.
Like I
So-
know that though, like it said the energy or whatever, the velocity of a 22, and so like obviously
Dude,
you're not worried about it piercing through and getting stuck inside of you, but
But
The
it's gonna
crazy
it still
part
break
actually could
is-
pierce. Could
The cra-
pierce. But
the crazy part is that the water literally boils around his fucking fist because of how fast it's moving through the water.
Yeah. Like I said, that's
That's
why like you
fucking
can't keep
nutty.
it in glass because it will literally break glass with the force of that punch. Like you need to have like super thick acrylic to make sure that it doesn't shatter a tank if you keep it as a pet. It's an incredible animal. And then again, they get huge. So yeah. Shout out to people who are crazy enough to keep those guys. Not for me.
yeah, no, me neither, dude. I don't need to have like that constant fear of waking up and like my tank being shattered and drained all over the floor.
Dude, my cichlids enough work with killing other fish in the tank. I don't need any help with a mantis shrimp that fucking punches at the speed of a 22 caliber bullet.
Yeah, if you think about it, like they could probably even like break an acrylic tank.
Yeah, if it's not thick enough, 100%. Like you need that like what is it, like 2-inch thick or whatever, the shit that's bulletproof.
However thick it is to make it bulletproof.
Yeah, like
It's like, oh wait, this isn't bulletproof. Sorry, I can't keep my shrimp in there. Pardon? Yeah, you heard me.
right.
You
Right.
fucking heard me. My shrimp's badass. Don't put your hand in there.
What are you
My
building
shrimp
with
is
this
a lethal
bulletproof
weapon.
fucking acrylic? Oh, a shrimp tank? What?
Yeah, my shrimp's a lethal weapon.
Oh my god. Like he's beautiful, but he's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those feats of nature, I guess. The how they can do that. You know, it's like the idea of like the ant, how much it can carry compared to its body weight, and like
It's
Yeah.
the one punch man of the sea.
basically.
Like
Dude, we
Even-
saw him like demo a couple of crabs. One, he just like iced them right in the face, and you could see like just below on his shell, it was like all of his like actual meat, like his flesh was out. So he like crushed right through the fucking shell, and the dude fell backwards. The other one, it fucking he blew the dude's arm clean off.
yeah,
Like he must have caught him in the shoulder, and it just was like,
gone.
Dunzo.
dude, I want to see him fucking strike a shark or some shit.
Yeah, right.
Dude, and that's the thing, right? Is that like the smaller sharks, those little like small sand sharks or whatever, they probably have situations where they're gonna tussle with them. And it's probably a defense. Right in the mouth. And that little shark's like, oh hell no, get me the hell away from this stupid thing.
Dude, I wonder if there's a video of mantis shrimp pants punching a shark.
Well, like regular shrimp. So like the shrimp that you get in like for a shrimp cocktail, or like the shrimp that'll be in like a burrito or whatever. What kind of shrimp are those? Does anybody know?
It's a common sea shrimp of some kind. That's all I know. Some sort
Okay.
of shrimp and boat shrimp. I don't know.
Yeah, like I should have just said Forrest Gump shrimp.
Gonna
I don't
say
know
maybe
why I
it's
didn't say it.
like maybe it's a freshwater shrimp. I genuinely don't know actually, because like prawns are the big sea shrimp, right? That they're getting down in Australia.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe they are a freshwater shrimp. I mean, I know I've got some tropical shrimp that are pretty big, but they ain't no like shrimp cocktail shrimp.
Nah, like freshwater shrimp, I don't think that there's like anything that gets like that big. Unless you consider like a crayfish one.
Well,
No,
crayfish is
But
a
like they're a
crayfish.
crayfish. It's just like a miniature lobster, really.
Oh, there's videos of them taking on octopus, taking on fucking crayfish, blue lobsters. Let's just say I think they come out on top every time.
Yeah, they're like basically all like Mike Tyson in his
Yeah,
prime.
they're the Mike Tyson of the sea.
Yeah. If you
Chucking
come near me, come near my dwelling, about to end your day
It's a
real
wrap.
bad.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Fucking animals, bro.
Dude, they're crazy, man. It's
Dude,
just
animals
crazy to
like
think.
legit are crazy.
Well, it's just crazy to think about how many different species of different animals there are out there, because there's not just like one type. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's just one type of shrimp. You know what I'm saying? There's probably like 4 or 5 different other kinds,
there's
along with lobster and crayfish and all the other different variations of the same, whatever.
yeah, there's multiple species of shrimp because I know like I keep freshwater shrimp, like nano shrimp, and so I know that there's Caridina and Neocaridina. They're two different species, and then there's the Amano shrimp, which is a whole other species, and none of those are the species that we use to eat. So
Then you got
there's
prawns.
yeah, then you got prawns, which are even bigger. There's saltwater, there's freshwater shrimp. You've got
Prawns on the bobby, mate.
when it comes to saltwater shrimp, there's some cool ass shrimp in that world. Like there's those candy cane shrimp in the saltwater world that are like red and white striped. They're cleaner shrimp. They just attach to other fish and like clean them.
We got shrimp soup, shrimp
Shrimp-
salad,
Shrimp gumbo.
butterfly shrimp, coconut shrimp,
Shrimp kebabs.
shrimp sandwich.
Shrimp
Think that's
scampi.
about it. Yeah. You know me, bro. I love my Forrest Gump, and as soon as you started going on about all the shrimp, dude, it instantly brought me to that fucking part of the movie. Pan fry, stir fry,
You probably said like boiled.
yeah, boiled shrimp
It-
stew,
That
shrimp soup, shrimp
one of the greatest
salad,
movies of all time.
shrimp sandwich.
Dude, honestly, so Forrest Gump is definitely the movie or a movie. It's a movie. That if I sit down and I just want to like veg out and like shut my brain down a little bit, dude, if it's on, that
And it
shit's fucking getting played till the
Yeah,
end.
and it doesn't matter what part of the movie you start at either.
No,
Yep.
there's a few movies like that. Like The Big Lebowski is the same. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can pick it up at any point and I'll be like, I'm watching the rest of this. It was a good
Yeah.
run, whatever I was doing today, but it's done now.
I love
watching
Forrest
The Big
Gump
Lebowski.
so much, bro. When I was recovering from my heart surgeries in the hospital, it was on TV and like in a loop, and I watched it like 6 times, bro.
Yep. I was gonna say that's one of the great things about that movie is that like you can if you have enough of those cable TV channels, you
Well,
can
'cause I
pretty
kept
much find it almost anywhere.
Yeah, it's because I kept catching it in different places throughout my stay at the hospital. So I like by the end of the stay, I've watched it through probably like 3 times out of the 6 times I watched it. You know what I mean? Because I'd catch it like the first half and then the second half, or I'd catch the last half and then the first half, or like,
Yep.
you know what I mean? It'd just block all together at some point.
It and you can always count on it still being a good flick.
Oh wait.
Every time you
I'll
watch
always
it.
enjoy it. Sure. Like I said, there's probably like 10 movies that I feel like very similar about. Like, dude, even Saving Private Ryan, like if I catch that, I'll watch that movie. I'll watch the whole thing. I'll watch half of it.
Dude, I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but that's a damn good movie.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
actually, I think it was like last weekend in like one of the NFT projects that I'm in. Like Swag, it's the one that Swags works for. Swags, Kenny and I, who's also on the team there, we watched Tombstone.
Oh, another great movie.
Nice.
And I hadn't watched it. Fuck, I'm gonna say a minimum of 10 years, like a minimum of 10 years. But I've definitely watched it, probably 10 times in my life, and it's still good, dude. And fucking like, I just like love everybody that's in it. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, it's just like good. Like, dude, Sam Elliott is one of his brothers. You know what I mean? What's his face? Oh, what's the guy's name that plays his other brother, his youngest one? I think that he might have passed away.
I don't
Man,
remember.
I can't remember. Hold on.
he was in Twister. What's the guy's name? You remember? The main guy in Twister?
I can't remember off the top of my head now.
Do you like have a mental picture
Kurt
of like what they
Russell,
look like?
Bill Paxton,
Yeah,
Sam
Bill Paxton.
Elliott,
That's what it is. Bill Paxton.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah, he
Oh yeah,
plays
Val
Doc
Kilmer,
Hollywood.
bro, kills it in that movie, bro.
Yeah, dude, he plays Doc Hollywood and he's fucking great.
Jason Priestley.
Sam Elliott in that movie kills it too.
Oh yeah, dude.
They all do, to be honest. That movie is just such a classic.
Yeah, dude, it's good.
And every time I get to thinking about classic westerns, it then takes me to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
Just such a classic.
I like The Unforgiven.
There's some damn good ones out there. Then of course there's, some of those like
You ever watched the one in the Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
no, is this one of those ones I was just about to get to where it's like some of those ones that are like really
It's
off
kinda
the
like a
beaten path?
It's kind of like a comedy sort of one, dude, but it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, like you get into some of these like off color, off the beaten path ones like that, or
The Ridiculous Six, that one with Adam Sandler and all those dudes.
you got one of my favorites, the old Blazing Saddles. Which
Oh,
your story with Forrest Gump is kind of how Blazing Saddles hit me, where there's a period of like a summer when I had first moved into this new neighborhood where I was living. So I didn't really know anybody yet. And apparently Comedy Central must have just got the rights to play it, and they were playing the shit out of it. And so it was like for a month straight, the same time at like 2 p.m, they would just play Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, dude, they wouldn't be able to get away with that movie now.
You shit. You aren't lying. I think about that, and I think about like the original producers, the producers in general, I guess. I don't think you could get away with that movie anymore. I'm surprised they still let Spaceballs air, for Christ's sakes.
Dude, Spaceballs is hilarious though, dude. So good.
yeah.
I don't think you'll
Yeah.
see the Naked Gun on regular
Oh
cable.
no.
I don't think you'll see any of those.
No, probably
Dude, there's
not,
lots of
dude.
things you probably won't see again. I've thought this for like over a decade, thinking like, man, can you imagine Married with Children came out today and this was even like 10 years ago? And I'd be like, there's no way it would fly.
I mean, they took
Like, let alone
away
now in 2023, there's 0% chance anything like that could come out. Honestly, I don't see how.
they take away like key episodes from TV shows so that you can't even see them anymore. Like you can't watch Stark Raving Dad from The Simpsons anymore. You can't. And
Like
it's all
they removed it from like rotations.
it's
Is that what you're
gone.
saying?
So like if you have Disney Plus and you go to stream it, it's gone. If you were to now buy a brand new copy of a box set, season 3, you will not get that episode included. Disney has scrubbed it from The Simpsons history. And it's because of Michael Jackson's involvement.
Really?
Yep.
Crazy.
There's a SpongeBob episode. Same deal. You'll never see it again. And it's an old school episode from when I was, in my young teenage years. And we always thought it was funny. But there's the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick are taking Mr. Krabs out for a night on the town. And when Mr. Krabs has just about had it with their dumb brand of fun, they say, all right, but you're going to miss the panty raid. And of course,
Oh yeah, I remember that episode.
yeah, Mr. Krabs decides, all right, I'll stick around. And they go to a panty raid and they sneak into somebody's house, start raiding their fucking underwear drawer. And then it turns out to be Mr. Krabs' mom.
Yeah, dude, I remember that episode. It was
Yo, what the
hilarious,
fuck?
dude.
Are you
This shit was
serious?
so funny.
And the fucked up thing is that prior to all this, SpongeBob and Patrick make a comment that they've been scoring here for years.
That's
And so
hilarious.
they all sneak into the window and they start raiding this woman's panty drawer. And then Mrs. Krabs, Mama Krabs, opens the door and catches them red-handed.
That's so funny, dude.
And that is a banned episode. You won't find it on any Nickelodeon collection. You can't stream it anymore because it's probably
Dude,
a little
what
over
about
the line.
Rocko's Modern Life? There's probably a lot of those episodes they don't do anymore either.
The interesting, like I was actually watching some Rocco recently because it is streamable on Paramount.
That was what was kind of on the edge too, from what I remember.
There are some very over the top jokes. The thing I noticed about it is that it's done in a certain subtlety that they're letting it slide for some reason. But
dude, I remember my mom wouldn't let me watch that show growing up as a kid because she saw a few
Lie down.
episodes and like we're like, what did like she picked up on it real quick. You know
oh
what I mean?
yeah, well there's a specific episode that stands out in my mind as wildly inappropriate where Rocco is picking up extra work and he ends up working as a sex line operator.
Yeah.
And like there's a sign in the back that talks about like being hot and sexy on the phone to your caller, and he's answering the phone, reading the script like, oh baby, and it turns out to be his next door neighbor's wife.
Yep.
Who's on the other end.
Yep.
Yeah, for a children's cartoon, that
Ren
was
and Stimpy.
a little over the line, dude. Ren and Stimpy, way not appropriate for children on a lot of occasions.
Dude, some of them close-up shots were intense, bro.
That's one of my favorite things.
That's the one thing I loved about that cartoon was the difference in animation when they did the close-up, because it was like they kind of went for like slightly more of a realistic yet cartoonish look. But dude, it was so funny.
I always loved that. That's and honestly, that was one of my favorite things that they used to do on early SpongeBob episodes too. Is they would harken back to that and do these random tight, hyper detailed close-ups. Because I remember
early Nickelodeon was the shit, bro.
That's the problem, right? This is that same era that they're letting that terrible producer run amok.
But I mean more of the animation side.
He's still running the company though. That's the fucking horrible,
so terrible, dude.
Gross thing about it,
you're
right?
Telling me I can't enjoy fucking early Nickelodeon anymore, Sean? Is that what you're telling me now?
I'm telling you this.
That's what he's saying.
Like the whole R. Kelly thing? Like we can't enjoy his music anymore because of what he did.
I am a big proponent of trying to remove the art from people who made it. Let's face it, right?
Dude, it sucks, dude.
Harvey Weinstein's a terrible human being, but if you try to fucking go through every movie he had his hands in and remove that from your life, you're screwed. You remove tons of great movies. There's a lot of awful, horrible directors in this world who have made fantastic movies. You'd remove those from your life. There are musicians I love who are scumbag human beings, but there's music from them that I still will love to this day, and I won't give it up even though the people who made them are awful. I just have to accept that it was an awful human being who made that music, and they are not the person I maybe looked up to as a child. I'm looking at you, Marilyn Manson. Sounds like you were quite the scumbag at points in your life, and yeah,
And it goes back to that whole conversation we were talking about fame and power, dude.
yeah, dude. He just settled a lawsuit for doing something to a security guard, assaulting a security guard somehow. I can't remember what it was now, but assaulting a security guard at a venue. Like, dude, like this dude's there for your protection. Don't be a fuckhead. Come on, like you. It's not cool. But you know, at the same time, I still have those songs that I grew up with where I want to jam them. And speaking of random jams like that, this is everybody's reminder that White Zombie is a band from Massachusetts. You're welcome.
I don't even know anything. I don't know what White Zombie is.
Rob Zombie's first band, White Zombie, with Thunder Kiss 65. It was a huge song.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And honestly, I was never a big fan of Rob Zombie, so.
Yeah. Rob Zombie was born and raised in Haverhill, Massachusetts. His first band, White Zombie, was formed by a bunch of kids at Purdue School of Design here in Massachusetts. And
The more you know.
strangely enough, by extension, that also makes Power Man 5000 a local band to Massachusetts, because if people didn't know this one, the singer Spider is Rob Zombie's half brother.
Really?
Yeah. It's all nepotism in the rock world, isn't it? So who you know, right?
I would assume that probably is very much true.
I mean, remember the band Edema? The new metal band that had like a one-hit wonder? Their singer was the half brother of Jonathan Davis of Korn. That obscure band Orgy that blew up, they were producing records with Korn in the early days before they became a huge band on their own. And then, of course, they went on that Family Values tour and started that whole thing back in '98. Shout out to the new metal craze of the late '90s. Limp Bizkit,
Dude, there's all kinds of shit
Incubus,
like that, bro. Yeah.
Korn, Papa Roach. Like, what a weird time for heavy music. Creed.
Dude,
With
fucking
arms
Creed,
wide
Jesus.
open.
That was also the beginning years of Nickelback as well.
Yeah.
Early Nickelback at that era too. 98 to 2000, right?
You had bands like Trapped.
Oh my god, Trapped. Dude.
Uh
There was that weird segment of bands that went out of their way to sound like they were rock bands from like the late 70s, like the Strokes and the Streaks and all these other names like that.
The Strokes were actually pretty good, though.
And of course, the White Stripes were kind of part of that circle.
You didn't like the Strokes?
I didn't like them at all, no.
I actually liked them.
It wasn't for me.
Like some of their songs, they got like Mad Play. I wasn't like, yeah, these are amazing, but they definitely had some good songs.
Oh, another one from that era. Remember Jet?
Yeah.
Are You Gonna Be My Girl? That's the only song that I know.
Yeah, that's the only one I remember either.
Come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine.
Okay, yeah, here's a question, just because it's like from that era too. What did you guys think of The Darkness?
The Darkness.
They sang the biggest song they sang was I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Them. Oh, I hated that song. It makes me cringe.
Believe in a thing called love. I can't even sing anywhere near so. Yeah.
I'm cringing.
I've never heard them.
I believe in a thing called love.
I did not like that song at all.
What I'll say is that it kind of had. I don't know, man. It's hard to describe.
It was a pretty popular rock alternative song when it was huge.
Yeah, like they even like had like a really classic look. Like everything about them, I think, was like kind of
Yeah, they were going for that like early 80s, late 70s rock vibe, and they did nail it.
I think that they were British, actually.
Weren't really on my radar.
I remember that was that era.
Yeah, you'd
I
have been like a
was
little kid, honestly. Like I was probably like in my early 20s. You probably were like 10 years old,
Yeah,
something. I would have been like not listening to it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been something I was listening to.
I was working. I remember working the truck unloads at a Target when all that kind of music was big, and my boss at the time was really into that kind of stuff. So like for about 4 hours before the store would be able to was actually open, he would just play music off his playlists on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever while we unloaded trucks and put product away. And oh my god, some of the stuff that he was into because of that era of music. He's also wicked into 311.
311 was big.
And I'll never forget, there was this dude Pat I worked with. And shout out to this dude Pat, wherever you are. I hope you're doing well. He was a military veteran. And I remember him waiting one day as we were working, because I was on a team with him doing a whole different job at this point. And this dude Pat's like waiting for John, the guy who ran that team, to come by. And right as John's within earshot, he's like, man, you know what I really hate? People who listen to 311. Like, who the fuck picks that band of all to be their favorite band? Like, only a pure loser would want to have 311 be their favorite band. And John just comes walking around and gives him this look. And fucking Pat's like, what? And then he just keeps walking. And it was the kind of just sheer fuckery that this kid Pat would get himself into when we worked together that I'll never forget.
Yo, shout out to Lee.
Yeah, I hope Lee wasn't listening to that.
Yeah,
bro,
shout
'cause
out to
Lee's a
Lee.
big
Love you,
311
bro.
Yo.
Sean said that was his story, not
Yeah,
mine.
I had nothing to do with it.
Hey, listen, man. Pat doesn't have to be friends with Lee. It's okay. I'm not even friends with Pat, so I don't have to worry about Pat ever meeting Lee, so we're good. But yeah, honestly, shout out to Lee. This is why I chuckle when you get talking about 311 with us. Because I always think about Pat's rant that day. Just to fuck with that dude, John. Oh man. That was a different era of my life. That was that era of my life where we once took one of these gigantic rubber bands, tied it to the steel stock frames, and then looped it onto the bathroom door just to screw with one of our buddies who was in the bathroom so that he couldn't open the door when he went to go leave. Like, that was a whole different part of my life. Good times.
Dude, if you don't have good stories from jobs you worked at, like you just haven't lived. That's like honestly, I feel like some of them might be horrible ones, but
Dude, I wish I was present for it, but my Boylston guys at the shops with the company I work for up in the Boylston shop, it's this one kid, Declan, and he loves to fuck with this other guy, Chris, that works there. So Chris apparently got him good, and he took the pallet wrap and pallet wrapped his car.
I've done that a few times.
yeah, it's so dick.
That's a good
fun when
one.
it's so fun when you're doing it, though.
I mean, like, at least it's mostly harmless, right? Like, if you know what you're doing, you can cut that pallet wrap off without harming your car, and everything's fine. If you don't know what you're doing, well, so sad for you.
Yeah, some time.
It's time to learn, baby boy.
The key is to go different directions.
I love a good pallet wrap. But with all of that, I think it's time for us to pallet wrap this episode up. So thank y'all for listening. You like that? I'm going to go ahead and bring it to a close like we always do and tell it like it is. We love y'all. And Uncle Chris, time to sign it off.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Of course, go to shedtimepodcast.com. Check it out. spend a little bit of time there. Find our Patreon. If you feel so inclined and you enjoy us, or you just want to help support, go to that Patreon link. I think you can even throw $1. I don't know, $5, whatever. You don't even have to do it in perpetuity. You can just do it like once. That's cool. But just know that we do put it all back to the show. It's like not for anything for us other than just creating cooler content that we might get to enjoy a little bit more, and hopefully that translates across to you guys. So check that out. Other than that, you can check the three of us out on Friday nights on Frames, Janklin, Vapors YouTube channel for the green room. Just come by, kick it. And I think that that's everything for me. So everybody be safe, have a good week, and live your best life. Frames, take it away.
As always, shout out to all the Shedheads for you guys' continuous support. We greatly appreciate you guys tuning into the show. Make sure you guys are leaving 5-star reviews on all those podcasting platforms and whatnot. That way it helps us out in the old algorithm. Of course, check out the Green Room over on my YouTube channel on Friday nights if you guys want to get some more vape-oriented content or just a little double dose of some sort of conversations that we get over here on the podcast, as well as just, some good live interaction, you know what I mean? So come check us out there. Other than that, we'll be here in the shed doing what we always do. So I'm gonna end it as I always do, sending out positive vibes, crisp high fives, and don't forget, a little dab or bag will do ya. Sean.
Oh, yes. So one more time, my friends, Shedtime Podcast is your one-stop shop for all things Shedtime Podcast. You can stream the show there. You've got links to the Patreon. You got links to the Frames, Janklin Vapor channel so that you can catch a weekly live show with us over there on Friday nights. Yeah, there's all that and so much more. There's music from past guests. There's links to them. There's so much more. Go check it on out. And with all of that, I'm going to tell you this. Don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, be sure and have some fun. This is the Shedtime Podcast, and it's time to roll on up and roll on out.
Dynavap, Dynavap, Dynavap. Looking to cut the cord on your dry herb vape? Dynavap. Trying to get the best taste from your herb? Dynavap. Ready to take your sesh to the next level? Then meet Dynavap, the best way to vape your flower or concentrate. Concentrates? That's right, your flower or hash can be vaped using Dynavap. Check out Dynavap.com to learn more. That's Dynavap.com. Lose the ash? Dynavap.
What's going on, Shedheads? It's your boy Frames Janklin. Are you looking to step up your match game or have a raw copper, brass, or stainless mod or RDA that you're absolutely tired of polishing? Then you need to go and hit up my man Ashton of Palmer's Powders. He does some absolutely amazing powder coating work. He offers many different colors and finishes at an absolutely killer price. This man is taking powder coating to a whole new level, and he can make your setup an absolute masterpiece. You can go follow him over on Instagram at Palmer's Powders, and you can go check out pricing on his website, palmerspowders.com. That's palmerspowders.com. And as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads.
I want you to think of your favorite rebuildable right now. Yeah, okay, so you have a layer cake in your hand, and now you're about... Oh, sorry, yeah, that's not everyone's favorite. That's just mine. So think of your favorite rebuildable atomizer. Think about how good of a vape it produces for you. Now, take that and amplify it. And the way that you amplify that is you put in some Breezestone coils. Breezestone coils are handcrafted in Adelaide, Australia. They're made from some of the finest quality wire that you can get. I believe it's wire Buddha. You take those coils, you take them out of that phenomenal packaging that clearly shows how much care that Adam puts on the quality of his coils and the insurance that you get them in good shape. You put them in that favorite RDA, and guess what? You have coils that now sing better than Celine Dion. Go check out Breezestone coils. You can find them on localvape.com and also steelvalleyvapors.com. Solid.
I'm so ready to cook dinner right now.